I normally turn from above. Here I'm going to turn from below, and that's because with this braid, what I consider the good side would form on the bottom if I turned from above, which is fine, but I want it to display in the camera better. So I tend to turn from above to take the top of the shank when turning my loops. It's just as fine to take it from below, and that's how I'm going to do it now. I'm going through B, and taking A with a turn from below, placing it on C. It now has the black shank up. Still doing the same moves. I'm shifting the B loop up, and I'm ready to go through those two loops, C and D, to take the opposite hand D loop from below. I'm turning the loop. I'm going to turn all my transfers from below this time. From above would work fine too. From below. Oh, normally I would shift down on the other hand first before tightening. It really doesn't matter. Tighten. Now on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go through B, take the A loop from below, which gives it a turn, onto C, shift B up, and now the B finger is ready to go through C and D, take the opposite hand's loop, D loop, from below. Every time I take a loop from below, the loop turns over and the opposite shank is on the surface, is on the upper part of the finger. Shifting down that C loop of the other hand, tighten. Next cycle, through B, take A, put it on C, shift B up. The B finger goes through C and D, takes opposite D from below, turning it. Opposite D finger walks into the C loop, shifting it down, tighten. Second half of the cycle, go through B, taking A from below, putting it on C. A shifts up. B is ready to go. Through C and D, takes the opposite hand's D loop from below and brings it through. Opposite hand's D walks into the C loop, which shifts it down, tighten. I can see my braid is beginning to join up. Let's take a look. Here's you can see a black shank has come onto the top surface of the braid. That's visible there, probably one on the other side too. This is knitting together, connecting together the top and bottom layer. Okay, beginning another cycle. And now all but one of the loops have now turned over, so that now we have all three loops on the left hand have the black shank upward. I think this is right. If I were doing this braid more often, I would know whether it was wrong that at this point this right B loop has not yet turned over. I think I'm doing fine. When you get used to your braid, you will start to know at what point that should have happened, that all the loops will have turned over. I'm going to go through B, take A from below, put it on C. Now its light shank is turned up. Shifting B up, B loop. Now the B finger is ready to go through those two. Take the opposite hand's D loop from below. Opposite hand's D finger walks into the C loop, shifting it down. Tighten. Through B, taking A from below, which turns it. Oh, put it on before I shift. Shift up. B finger is ready to go through C and D. Take the opposite hand's D loop from below. Opposite hand's D finger walks into C. Tighten. New cycle. Through B, take A from below, place it on C, shift up. B is ready to go through C and D. Take the opposite hem's D loop. D, opposite hem's D, shift into the C loop, tighten. At this point, all the light shanks are up, and if I weren't, it's good to count to know that this is, at what stage this is supposed to happen. I'm focusing so much on saying what I'm doing out loud that I'm not really focusing on that, but here we go, through, second half of the cycle, through the B loop, taking the A loop from below, putting it on C, shift B loop up. B is now ready to go through 2 loops to take opposite hem's D loop from below, turning it. Opposite D, walks into C, shifting C down, tightening. Whoa, excuse me. Okay, new cycle through B, take A from below, put it on C, shift B up, and B goes through the next 2, going through C and D, takes opposite D from below, opposite D, shifts into C, tighten. Through B, take A from below, place on C, shift B up, B goes through C and D, takes opposite D from below, and D goes straight into C, shifting it down, tightening. Through B, take A from below, place it on C, shift B up, B finger through C and D, takes opposite D from below, opposite D shifts up, or shifts the C loop down, tighten. Through B, take A from below, put on C, shift B up, B finger through C and D, takes opposite D loop, and below, D moves into C loop, excuse me, tighten. Through B, take A from below, put on C, B shifts up to A, B finger goes through C and D, takes opposite hem's D loop from below, D moves into the C loop, shifting C down, tighten. Through B, take A from below, place on C, shift B up, freeing the B finger to go through C and D, taking opposite D from below, D shifts the C loop down, tighten. It's good to make up your own mantra, you know, what makes sense to you, what helps you remember the moves. I might be talking too much. I'll just say 1, 2, 3, 4 now for the move. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, tighten. 1, 2, 2, tighten, 3, 4, tighten, 1, 2, tighten, 3, 4, tighten, 1, 2, tighten, 3, 4, tighten. At this point, let's see how much time we have, not so much. The pattern is starting to show slightly lopsided M's, and these M's, they are somewhat lopsided because this is with 7 loops, it's a bit of a lopsided braid. On one side and the other. When I'm finished making this braid, I would pull the 2 halves of this braid, the upper and lower, tend to be dished because of the structure of the braid, and I would spread them apart a little bit like that. Flatten them out. There are many other patterns that this braid can make besides the lopsided, slightly lopsided. It's a really arresting, nice pattern when you do it for a little longer. You can make many other patterns, even just with this simple method of turning every transfer, and you can see some more on my blog, and you can get the references for the Joy Boutrup, Noemi Speiser book that Joy Boutrup was working from Noemi Speiser's previous research, was able to decipher some very impenetrable directions for this braid that were left in documents from the 17th century. She was the first person that was able to figure them out, figure out what those instructions meant, and an amazing feat. And she has published a monograph on it, which is available from various sources, including in the U.S., including Braider's Hand. And you can, on my blog, you can find the links to those sites and more information about the book and about the braids. Thanks for watching.